to look at how you could take better care of yourself. So we've got four groups here today to choose from. When we start the reading, I'm going to take a quick look at just kind of like who you are as a person. Give me a little bit of your personality, just the type of person that you are, and then just a little bit of the current energy around you, the current situation you may be dealing with, or how you're currently feeling. That way, I kind of know what's going on when we move into finding out how to take care of yourself through this situation or through whatever you're feeling and dealing with at the moment, because I'm sure it'll be different for everyone. So if you want to skip past that, I'll put the timestamps below for just the reading itself, and then also for like the vibe check, the energy check, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, just take a moment and clear your mind, clear your thoughts, take some deep breaths. I like to say whenever I do this and I try to center myself, I like to repeat in my mind, sometimes out loud. I trust myself. I trust my intuition. I trust my divine inner guidance, my internal compass, however you want to word it. But I like to say those things, and then choose a pile. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there in case anybody wanted a little help on how to go about choosing a pile. So yeah, I'm gonna let you do your thing. If you need to pause this video and take some more time, go right ahead. And otherwise, I will see you at your reading. Hey, pile one. If you were drawn to this crystal, then this is your reading about how you could take better care of yourself right now. So I pulled an oracle card for all these groups from the Moonology deck, and you got the answers you need are coming, full moon in Gemini. And then for your past life card from the Phoenix cards deck, you got the number 10 in reverse. Okay, so I don't know, I just felt like I needed to leave it there to remind me to bring that up, that it was in reverse. So the number 10 in this deck is the Jacun Akuma mask. I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but I have a very thick southern accent here. Give me a break, okay? It says Child of the Old Moon on this card. So I instantly thought, with it being the number 10, it being inverted like that, the number 10 reduces to 1. It's a leadership number. And I feel like maybe you're not embracing your leadership qualities. You may not even see yourself as a leader. You may deal with some insecurities that kind of get in the way of that. With this, the answers you need are coming too. It looks like you're a little concerned about something right now. You're a little worried about something. You're wanting to know something, getting a little impatient, but we'll get more into that in a minute. With also you being drawn to this black crystal here, this would be protective. It's protective over your energy, and I feel like you're definitely the type of person that would need that, because the personality that this card speaks of is someone who is highly empathic, also highly psychic. So if you haven't tapped into that yet, maybe you don't know that about yourself, or you've maybe just touched the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, if you are not fully just embracing that part of yourself, just know that this card speaks a lot about that. It also really gives me a lot of vibes of codependency. So I don't know if you relate to that, or if you know a little about that term. A lot of people think when they hear codependency, they think, oh, it just means that you can't be alone. That's really not what codependency is. At the root of codependency, it's a self-worth issue. So maybe you don't acknowledge your full self-worth, and I don't know if that's something that you even realize. That comes out in our relationships, especially our close relationships, but also even just in small encounters. It's like if you were to meet someone and you get the vibe that they may not like you, that could drive you crazy. Like I'm talking about, that could really hurt you. Like you're going to be ruminating over that and really thinking about what you said wrong, what you did wrong, why don't they like you, how could you get them to like you? And that, again, that stems from this issue of having low self-worth, because you're needing this validation and this acceptance from everyone, but especially, again, in your close relationships, family members, romantic partners. Physical touch also is brought up in this card, so the type of person that this talks about really enjoys physical touch, so that would be probably a top love language of yours. But yeah, back to this issue of codependency here. So if this is your group here, I feel like this is really important. So if you don't resonate with this, I don't know if this would be your pile. So a codependent person puts everyone else above themselves. They're very self-sacrificing to their own detriment, to where, which is funny because this is all about self-care. Codependent people don't know how to take care of themselves, and they would only take care of themselves if they have time. You know what I mean? Like, they're at the bottom of the priorities list. Everyone else is at the top. You would put yourself at the very bottom and really drain yourself and exhaust yourself in your efforts to appease everyone else around you. This is total people-pleasing energy, doing things that you don't want to do, that might make you even uncomfortable, that might scare you, that might put you in danger, that might be sabotaging to you. You would do that for someone else, you know? If they asked that of you, you would do anything to, like, save the relationship, to save face, to keep this feeling of, well, they love me and they accept me, though. So if I do this, that's okay because they're going to continue to love and accept me. So that's a big thing with this card. And again, that's just sort of this giving me this idea that you have all these amazing leadership qualities and psychic abilities within you, just this awesome potential that I don't know if you've really tapped into yet, or you're not at the moment, because it's given me this sense that you're not standing in your power, at least at the moment, because this came up for a reason here. Other things about this, let's see. In your appearance, your outer appearance, some people might find you to be kind of mysterious, kind of moody. Take it or leave it. That's, you know, these are things that this card brings up. You might struggle with being present, with being in the moment. Again, you probably ruminate on the past over things that you've said, things that you've done, really beating yourself up. Yeah, so it's almost like you need to protect your energy from your own self too, you know, from your own thoughts. You may deal with some negative thinking at times. That may be a struggle of yours. What else? I think people, let's see, the way that you dress, you're probably proud of your appearance, proud of the way you look. Again, that also falls into, though, that self-worth thing, because it's like as if you just feel like you always need to make a great impression. And don't get me wrong, that's awesome. You want to make a good impression on people, but it's like you might push yourself too hard in order to do that, when a lot of times it's like, does it even really matter? You know, I mean, a job interview is one thing, but I'm talking about if you're really concerned about people not liking the way you look, or I don't know, just not liking you, not accepting you. That's something that would really bother you, is just feeling not accepted. You really like also probably really tight-knit small communities, so like tight-knit friend groups, family groups, partnerships, which once again, if the codependency thing is clicking for you, that makes total sense, because codependent people, we will put our worth in our relationships a lot of times. So anyway, I think that pretty much sums up what was coming up here. Yeah, just kind of not tapping into your full potential. You have a lot of talents, this talks about too, a lot of talents that you may hide from other people, or you just don't embrace even to yourself. You may just not let yourself put it out there. That may be like an insecurity. Again, if you're really worried about getting validation and acceptance, you may be too scared to share a talent in thinking that it like may not be good enough. It's this like you're not good enough type of vibe here, and you most definitely are. Please know that. Please know that you are more than good enough, and we don't have to work for our worth. We don't get our worth through our accomplishments, through our relationships. You literally were born worthy of love. Okay, love is free. If it's not free, that's not love. That's not actual love. People may call it love, but it's not unconditional love. And unconditional love is the only real love. You feel me? So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I have a little, my son just put this sticker on my hand. I don't know. He really wanted me to wear that. So, here we are. But, okay. So, let's go in now. If that makes sense and you think that either that sounds like you or sounds like you in this current stage in your life, or some situation you're dealing with currently, then let's move in and get some of these giant-ass tarot cards here to just give me an idea of your current situation. And then we'll go into the self-care. stuff. So this is just to let me know how you're currently feeling, what you might be going through currently. Okay, so where is pile 1 right now? What's the current energy around pile 1? I'm dropping stuff over here. What is the current energy of pile 1? Okay, the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so again, the answers you need are coming. So maybe you're concerned about a relationship that isn't in harmony right now, which this can also talk about decisions, and with the answers you need are coming, that makes a lot of sense. But I do, that my initial thought when I see the Lovers is romance, because there are a lot of cards in here that can talk about decisions. And so with it coming out in the Lovers, it's like at the very least it would be, for me, I think, a decision being made in love at the very least. It's definitely something to do with love, with a relationship with someone. On the back of the deck, there's 4 of Cups in reverse. So some pity party energy maybe. Okay, let me think about this here. The Lovers in reverse. Yeah, well, that would make sense too if you felt like you related to the person, the personality that this card kind of depicts, then this could really be bothering you if there's a relationship that's not in sync right now, if you tend to put your worth into your relationships. So basically what I'm trying to say, I guess, is say this person's mad at you, or this person's not talking to you, or you're in no contact, you might be like actually obsessing over it. You might be, it's driving you crazy, like more so than like maybe for the average person. So, yeah, I mean, in the Lovers card, it is the number 6. Number 6 talks about unity. It's something's not, it's giving me separation or not talking or disagreement. So, yeah, I am going to say, since this is the one card that came out to give me a look at your current situation and the current energy around you, I would say you're dealing with another person. So, you're needing to, your self-care advice is going to have to do with you in regards to like a relationship or someone else that you are attached to or dealing with. Okay, I hope that made sense. I feel like I'm kind of talking in circles, so I'm sorry. Okay. So also, I do want to point out that before we even get anything here, with this black crystal showing up here, if you don't already wear some type of protection, maybe look into that. If you are highly empathic, and this card right here, this past life card definitely talks about someone who's really an empath. So yeah, wear some type of crystal, tiger's eye, obsidian, serpentine, I don't know, onyx, I'm just thinking of others. I don't know, anything that's like a darker color would be protective of your energy. Even wearing black clothes and stuff, if you're going to be out in a large crowd. Yeah, just being really mindful of that could be helpful to you. Okay, so how can the people in group 1 take better care of themselves right now? How can group 1 take better care of themselves? It's like, does she want to come out or not? 9 of Pentacles. Oh, well, I'm instantly thinking being single. I don't know your situation, but yeah, if you are going through a separation and you're having some love obsession, like if you struggle with love addiction, if you don't know what that is, just look it up. It would be very common for a codependent person to have love addiction. So yeah, look into that maybe if this is resonating with you. But this can talk about like just single energy, and so you may be needing to learn how to be single right now. And oh, girl, same. So it's hilarious. This pile is like, this is me right now. Like I'm talking about me. It's kind of awkward. So hi, soul family. No, for real. Like I'm with you. If this is resonating with you, like you are not alone, honey. You are not alone. But yeah, I'm instantly thinking learning how to be single, focusing on your goals. Number 9 talks a lot about goals, planning and reaching goals. And this is also about abundance. Look at her. She's living her best life and she's by herself. She got her little bird and she's chilling and she's got all her pinnacles around her. She's not worried about them. She's not clinging or clutching to anything. She doesn't need to. She's not worried about what other people are doing or what anybody thinks about her. I don't think that she cares what other people think about her. Look at her. She's like, yeah, she's good. She feels really good, really comfortable and confident in her own skin. So, okay, but let's keep moving. So, how can group 1 take better care of themselves right now? Okay, did these both want to come out? I guess so. The Hierophant and the Hermit in reverse. So, let's do 3. I think that's good. And then Judgment on the back of the deck. Okay. I feel like there's something that you're needing to accept here in a relationship with another person, or some type of whatever it is that you got going on, some type of connection. You'll know. Whatever it is, something that's not going as planned, some type of connection that's not super harmonious right now, you're needing to learn to just accept the situation for what it is and to accept the person for who they are. You know, if you have an issue with like trusting people's words, maybe this person has promised you a lot of things, but then if you were to look at their actions may say something completely different. They may be the exact opposite. So you may be being called to look at people's actions right now, you know, but definitely letting go of something. You're holding on to something and this is all, it gives me super just like releasing energy. It's the first thing I thought before I even had any cards. I was like, okay, are they releasing something? Yeah, looks like you are. You're needing to release your thinking. If you've got obsessive thoughts about a person or a situation, you're being called to let that go. That's holding you back right now. The Hierophant, this is about learning, studying. It's about a lot of things, but that's what I'm thinking right now when I'm seeing it here in this spread. I think there is something that you could be learning right now, something that you could be studying, and that's a way that you could take better care of yourself. So like, if a thought comes up and it's calling you to go down this ruminating path or this obsessing about the future path, instead of doing either of those, put your head in a book, turn on a podcast, something that talks about self-help, something to do with psychology, something to do with spirituality, something that's going to be about your self-growth, or like a manifestation playlist. But yeah, focusing on learning, focusing on your self-development instead of developing this relationship, you know? Like whoever this person is here with the Lovers reverse, whoever this is that you may not be talking to at the moment or not be getting along with at the moment, you may be used to putting all your energy and your time and your efforts into fixing this relationship and fixing this person and fixing all of your problems with them. And, you know, instead of doing that, put that into yourself. And that may be hard for you. You may not feel like you deserve that, like on a subconscious level, you know, subconsciously you may be resisting that because you have this like inner belief that you don't deserve that you don't deserve to work on yourself, that you are a tool and a robot and you're a workhorse and you're here to work for other people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a limiting belief that's buried deep within you possibly. Now, don't let me put this on you. Obviously, if this does not sound like you, it's not you. You would know. But this is kind of what I'm getting here. And then the Hermit in reverse. You may have a tendency to go into depression. I don't know if that's something you deal with. The Hermit in reverse sometimes can talk about depression. I hope that that's not something you're dealing with. If that's not it too, if you know, I think this is just calling you to go within and you're ignoring the call, because the Hermit upright, you know, that's about reflection, introspection. That's good. That's great. If it's in reverse, it's telling me again that you are either really dealing with some heavy emotions that maybe you need to talk to someone about, or you're ignoring this call, you're resisting going within, and that's what you actually need to feel better right now. That's what you need. I don't know if you're into journaling. Journaling, I feel like, could be really good for you. Yeah, just talking yourself through your feelings, talking yourself through these thoughts. Like, if you're having obsessive thoughts, write them down. Put them in a journal and then go back and read them and be like, wow, like really, you know what I mean? That way you can see, it's like you know what's going on in your head, but you also maybe don't. If there's a lot going on all the time, you may not even really realize just how much time you're spending thinking about other people or situations that are draining you. Because if you're putting your energy into it, you're putting your energy into it, you know? So it's like putting that energy into yourself is what you need to do right now. Okay, so let's get some clarification and see if there's anything that I'm missing here. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the Magician. Okay. Learning to stand in your power, that leadership energy. Again, this is number 1. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I meant to say this and then I forgot. But this is a number 9 too. And so I was noticing the 9 of Pentacles upright and then the 9 on the Hermit in reverse. And the way that those two nines are, you know what I mean? Like mirroring each other in that way. It's like one's upright, one's in reverse. So, um, it's just giving me that imbalance. And with 9 having to do with goals, I'm just getting this sense that you're used to focusing on group goals and goals that are for other people, goals in your relationships, goals at work. You know what I mean? Like all of the goals that you typically work really hard on, someone else is involved. And it's like right now, in taking care of yourself, it's working on goals that are for you. No one else is involved. It's just you, just your personal goals. And you may not know what they are. If this sounds like you and you are used to putting so much into the people around you, you may not know what you want deep down. So again, journaling is a great way to figure that out. If you like writing, if writing is a natural thing for you, if it just feels natural for you to write, definitely get out a pen and a blank piece of paper and just start writing. And before you know it, you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't even know I was interested in that. I didn't even know I wanted that for myself. And if it's not journaling, just meditation. Again, just listening. Like, see what's out there. If you don't know what your goals are, you definitely need to figure that out. So podcasts, again, videos, anything that's going to be like maybe steering you in that right direction of figuring out what your goals are. You're going to have to figure that out in some way. So if, even if you don't want to journal pages, just starting simple, starting with a list, and depending on where you are, like if you're at a really low place in life, goals can be really small, Goals don't have to be huge. It can be something small. I mean, it's just a matter of getting that sense of direction, and then once you have your plan, once you have your goals written out, putting in the work to accomplish them, to reach them. And for you, if you're used to not doing anything for yourself, that's going to be really healthy for you. Like I said, it could be something really small, like starting, which I don't know how small it is, but starting a YouTube channel, like that's something that's for me. At this point, it's basically a vlog because no one's on here, but it's making me happy. It can be anything, but it's just a matter of doing it for you, and it's a goal that's for you only. Okay, why is the Hierophant here for group 1? Whoops, I got 2. Okay. So we've got King of Wands, and we've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah, I think that you, like I said, if this resonates with you and maybe you're more of like a codependent person, what that means, codependent people don't end up in imbalanced relationships with other codependent people. That's literally not possible. That'd be like 2 opposite magnets. Like it can't happen. It's not going to work. A codependent person is going to end up with a selfish person. It could be all the way on this side of the spectrum. They could be a narcissist. Don't have to be though. They just are going to be more selfish than you. Or else you wouldn't be attracted to that relationship. If you're used to overgiving and that's where you find your worth and where you find your meaning in life, then yeah, you're only going to be attracted to people who tell you what to do, people who accept your overgiving and don't really give you hardly anything. So I think right now, the way that you're going to take care of yourself is learning how to be that controlling force for yourself. That may be really hard for you. You may be like, I don't even know what I want to do. What do I want to do? And then once I figure out, I think I want to go to school, I don't know, to be a cosmetologist instead, because that's what I love, and I want to do that. How do I do it? How am I going to get the money? How am I going to find the school? Because everyone did it for me in this other situation, because that's what everyone else wanted me to do. And now that I have to do it on my own, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to do. It's kind of giving me that. Because the King of Wands, he would have direction, ambition, and drive. And the Eight of Pentacles being in reverse here, it's like you're really needing to master that. You're really needing to master this skill of being that driving force in your life, being your own leader, being the one that is in control of you. Because you may not really be in the driver's seat of your own life right now, or maybe ever. So that's something that if you've got people around you that are really controlling, you're going to have to put up boundaries with them for sure, so that you can start learning how to do this on your own and not second guess yourself and question your own decisions, because you may not really trust yourself. Okay, what about the Hermit in reverse? That's too many. The High Priestess in reverse, though. She came out over here on her own, so we're going to take her. Again, yeah, it's giving me you don't really trust yourself on a deep level. You may not know how to listen to your intuition. Yeah, and you know what? And that card, talked about psychic abilities and stuff, and if you're not tapped into it, that would explain why. So you're really going to just have to focus on drowning out the noise. And so again, maybe that's why this Hermit's in reverse. It's that you've been resisting going within. If you are someone who, from what this card talked about, you really like having your close-knit groups and you like being around other people, you don't like being alone. When you're alone, these feelings of like chronic loneliness and maybe even emptiness come up. I mean, who wants to feel that? So I get why you would be resisting being alone, why you would be resisting staying single. I fully understand, no judgment. Like, I swear this is about me. Like, I get it. But the way you're going to take care of yourself right now is doing that. And I feel like you're like, ew, that's not what I want to hear right now. Like, me either. I get it. But that's what is pretty straightforward. That's how you're going to take care of yourself right now, is being alone. Being alone and being your own boss, being your own caregiver, being your own best friend, your own emotional support, your own protector, everything. Being your own manager, you. And that may be really hard for you to do if you don't even know how to do that, what that is, what that means. You don't even know at this point what your inner voice sounds like. You're like, who? Who are they? I don't even know what they sound like. Like, I haven't heard that voice in a long time. But it's there. It's definitely in there. You may have to dig deep to find it, but like, again, like journaling keeps popping up. I keep wanting to say journaling. Journaling for me has been a really good thing to go deep and to introspect. And then what I love about journaling is you can go back and you can read and you can see your progress. You know what I mean? And if you don't like writing, maybe doing like vlogging for yourself, like personal videos or voice memos, keeping like a voice memo log, something like that. If you don't really like writing, and I totally get that. I feel like I'm getting carpal tunnel every time I get past like 3 pages. Okay, so, and then on the back of the deck, under judgment, we got 2 cups. Yeah, you're needing to accept this. Again, it's giving me whatever the situation is here, the lovers, whatever person you're dealing with or relationship, you're going to have to come to terms with it, with how things are, and learning that you cannot control this other person. You can't fix this other person. You can't fix the relationship with them. You can only work on you, and you deserve to. You deserve to. So you're going to take care of yourself by accepting this for what it is and letting it go and spending all that time and energy on yourself. And that is so much harder, easier said than done. That's what I'm trying to say. But I think it's about finding this 2 of Cups within you, like, again, like I said, being your own everything to yourself. That's how you're going to take care of yourself. Date yourself. If you're single right now and you're fighting it and resisting it, date yourself, Pour all of that into yourself. Like, I went and watched the Avatar movie by myself the other night. I had a bomb-ass time. I had a great time. I ate the entire large bag of popcorn by myself, boo. So, you know what I mean? Just go have a good time by yourself. It doesn't have to be all sitting alone in your room crying and journaling. Okay, so is there anything else I'm missing here? Is there like some tangible way? Is there like something that they can do to take care of themselves that would be like just really straightforward? How can they take care of themselves? What's the self-care ritual here? Self-care ritual. I wish I had like a self-care oracle deck or something. Self-care rituals for group 1. Whoop. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Kind of fell out in reverse. I think, again, that's giving me journaling. I mean, I feel like people are like, ew, who wants to journal? But that's what I'm getting. Pages, they're about messages, communication. Pentacles is earth energy, grounded, being really grounded. And it would be a physical way. Yeah, that's what I'm just getting instantly journaling from it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, what else for group 1? What if they hate to journal? What else? Self-care rituals for group 1. 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. Stability, stability, stability. Maybe doing something around your house, cleaning your house, decorating your house. Maybe you need some change. Maybe you need to rearrange your furniture. Bro, I love to rearrange furniture. About every 6 months, my whole house looks different. I rearrange this altar like all the time. Like, I just need that. I need that. It feels good. It truly feels good to clean your house, to decorate. And the decorating aspect, that's creative. So that's fun. But cleaning, it's like you instantly feel a release. You know what I mean? Like, it just feels good to clean your house, get rid of some stuff. If you've got clutter around, all these things are going to be good self-care rituals for you. Yeah, taking care of your space, just focusing on your space. Maybe go out and buy it if you've got a little bit of money to spend, because it's all, it could be monetary too, money, the earth energy, the pentacles here. So go out and buy yourself something for your space, if you've been looking at getting some new furniture, or even if it's something small, like literally like decorative items, go to Goodwill, dude. Go to Goodwill. I love going thrift shopping. Like, go do some thrifting and get you something fun, Get you a new little bookshelf, or like a new picture to hang on your wall, or something like that. Wow, and this just came through too when I was saying pictures hanging on your wall. You could literally make something for your space. If you're creative like that and you like to craft, literally paint a picture to hang on your wall. Write a quote if you've got like pretty handwriting, like get some pretty markers or pens and like, you know what I mean? Like do like an encouraging quote or something and hang that on your wall. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Like one more? Okay. That's like a lot more. Is there one more thing here? A self-care ritual for pile 1, group 1? Okay. So they also hate those. King of Cups. Okay. Maybe you need someone to talk to. If you have like a mentor. This could be like fatherly energy too, if you do have a good relationship with your dad. I mean, even like, you know what, like my dad has passed on, but I talk to my dad all the time. So it could be something like that. Like you could, you know what I mean? That's almost like journaling. That's like venting, just talking out loud. Whatever feels good to you. But yeah, this is giving me mentorship right now. So finding someone that you can trust, like that you can really trust, like a safe person, to give you sound advice. Here I am throwing out therapy again, but if you're into that, obviously I'm pro therapy. I'm literally trying to become a therapist right now in school. So of course I'm going to say that. And then the Fool on the back of the deck. Just doing something fun by yourself. Let me specify here, by yourself. Okay. Yeah, definitely by yourself. It's about learning how to enjoy your own company. And maybe you already do, but if you're in this space where you're having to be single right now, or it looks like you're being called to, if you're in a relationship, that's fine. Like if this is, you guys are together and you're just arguing, it's still really important for you to do things on your own. You know what I mean? That's still going to be really good for your mental health, especially if you're used to always like having people around, if you are kind of codependent. Yeah, just doing something that you enjoy by yourself. Go watch a movie, for real. Like if you're watching this and the Avatar's still out, oh my gosh. Oh, go watch it. It's so good. Yeah, go on a hike. This dude, he looks like he's out hiking somewhere. He's like on a cliff or something. So, oh, well, yeah, duh, he is about to jump off the cliff. It's the Fool. Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm getting from that. Now let's close it off with some oracle messages for you, my friend. Pile 1 for group 1. How can group 1, that was a terrible shuffle. I cannot end it on that. How can group 1 take care of themselves right now? What does group 1 need to do to take care of themselves right now? How can group 1 take care of themselves right now? Okay. Well, there she is. What do we get here? Oh, we got more. Oh, God, we got 3. Whatever. We'll take them. So no came out in reverse. Okay. Wait, postpone, pause, say no, and it's in reverse. I think that's just saying use your discernment. Again, it's bringing me back to earlier saying maybe you need to learn how to judge people based more off of their actions than on their words, because you may fall into situations and relationships with people and like just trust them too openly, like too soon. So kind of like making people earn that, you know, like when you meet people, if you just disclose a lot of personal information really soon, really quickly, that's just showing that you really are craving connection, but you're needing that connection mostly within yourself. So it's like just using your discernment and, knowing like who to trust and who not, because not everyone deserves to know your personal information. Not everyone deserves that, you know? So just keep that in mind. Like, you are special. Your energy is special. You are so worthy. And not everyone deserves to be around that or to get your energy and your time, you know? Okay, and then right here, all these came out in reverse. Actually, share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Okay, instantly what I'm getting with that is sharing your voice with yourself. Again, you got to find that inner voice. So right now you're on a journey to finding your intuition again and remembering what that sounds like, because when we're little, we don't have any trouble knowing what that sounds like. It's the only voice in our head for a while. And then we let other people in, and it gets drowned out with all the outside noise. And then we've got priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Yeah, just spirituality, spiritual energy, and focusing more on your spirituality could be good self-care practice for you. You know, doing something like this, like learning tarot if you don't, or if you aren't already, or any type of divination. Yeah. Getting like a devotional journal, or I don't know, just anything. It would depend on your spiritual or religious beliefs or lack of. So it would depend on you there when it comes to that. But okay, any more advice for group 1, pile 1? Self-care. Open up to change. And it kind of came out like this. I think, again, it's like, don't open up too soon. Protect your energy. You are so special. You deserve to be protected. You don't have to just give to everyone and pour yourself out to where you have nothing left for you. Okay, self-care for pile 1. Self-care for group 1. Okay. Ooh, I keep dropping it. My goodness, what is it? Make time for self-love. Precisely. That's what all this is about. This is a self-love thing for sure. Anything else? One more for group 1. Self-care. How can pile 1 take care of themselves? Okay. That one really wanted to come out, and it's 2. Speak your world into being. Yeah, I think that's finding out what those goals are, what you want, that's not tied to any other relationship or any other project that's for other people. Just within you, what do you want? What do you want for yourself in your life? Figuring out what that is, and then just manifesting that. And it's going to be really fun once you figure out what it is, and you may already know. If you already know, then don't go straight into manifesting it. That's spending your time and energy on you. You deserve to do that. Breathe through the tension. Breathe through the tension. Maybe meditation would be good for you too. Oh, meditation. I'm so resistant to meditating, and it's so good for me. It's so good for us. Oh my gosh. And just, let's go back to this too. Let's not forget, okay, the oracle that came out. The answers you need are coming. So don't exhaust yourself worrying about an outcome. Don't do that, because you're draining your energy by doing that. So instead of fretting over what is this person doing, how is this situation going to work out, what's going to happen, instead of doing that, or instead of ruminating over, well, what if I had done this differently and I shouldn't have done that and they probably think I'm crazy or whatever. No. That is so draining. Do fun things for yourself. Work on your space. Spend time with yourself and enjoy it. And just go within and start looking at what you want for your life. Just for you. You deserve that. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. I feel like that was super long. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you back in another video. And yeah, happy self-care. Hi, Pile 2. If you were drawn to this crystal, celestite, this is going to be your reading about how you can take better care of yourself. So first, I want to take a look at like who you are, and then get a little bit about your current situation so that it will kind of make sense when I go into explaining how to take better care of yourself. So for your oracle here, we got hold your vision, and it was in reverse. So I'm wondering if this is like you trying to find some direction for your life at the moment, or if you are just having trouble pushing through a last hurdle of like a long process. I don't know. It could be a couple different things here. And then you got the number 7 in the Phoenix cards here. So the number 7 is the Gypsy Amulet. This kind of person is, you know, instantly, well, you think gypsy, you think bohemian, and that would be kind of your style. Like in the way that you live, like your home, like, how do I put this? So your home wouldn't be probably just super super plain, like, you know what I mean, like super modern and plain looking. Your home would be more of that kind of like bohemian style. Probably you probably have a lot of things, plants and just like little trinkets and maybe crystals, and definitely photographs, things that are sentimental to you. Maybe if you've traveled and you've picked up again like little trinkets or items that you thought were really cool or interesting, you would have those displayed in your home. Books, anything that you like, just really creating that aesthetic of someone definitely lives here. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty clear that not only does someone live here, but you can kind of see their personality. Like, your personality just shows in your home. Also probably in the way that you dress. And then when you go places, like if you're a girl and you have a purse, you might carry things like crystals with you, or I don't know, any kind of sentimental items, maybe in your jewelry. This is literally an amulet. It's a necklace. It's a necklace in the photograph. So maybe you wear crystals and stuff. And if you don't, you might maybe look into this. I mean, this came up here for a reason, this celestite. This is a really spiritual crystal. This is this like helps you to connect to a higher power, if you believe in that kind of thing. Blue also correlates to the throat chakra, which is supposed to help with communication. I think that you are a good communicator going by this card. This type of person is open in their communication, in the sense that, like, if something's bothering them, they're going to tell the other person. You're not afraid of an argument. You are not afraid to debate with someone and let them know what's up if something's wrong. And then once you're done and once that discussion's over, you feel better. So actually arguing, this type of person, this personality that this card talks about, almost enjoying arguing is not the way it is. It's a release. It's a good way for you to release tension. You just feel better after arguing because you feel like, okay, well, now that person, you know, they know how I felt, they know what I was thinking, and we got that out of the way. And now we've got a clean slate. So again, it's just like that, being open. You just don't like that tension hanging in the air. You don't like secrets. That's another thing about this card. You don't like secrets. You don't like if you feel like someone's keeping a secret, and that could drive you to starting an argument. Like, why are you hiding this from me? What are you hiding? What are you not saying? I need to know. I need to know, and until you tell me, I'm not going to rest. I'm not going to rest till I find out. Yeah, you definitely don't like feeling as though someone is hiding something from you, keeping something hidden. And then, ironically, there are parts of yourself that you do hide. Although you do communicate if something's wrong and something's bothering you, you'll bring it up. There's like this other part of you that you kind of hide from others, even those that are close to you. And it could be something like a creative side of you, creative abilities that you have. You also like to study, most likely, things like spirituality or magic, you know, like witchy stuff maybe. You may have a tendency to be a little scattered in your interests and things that you like to study, though, and that can make it hard for you to find a direction, like a specific route of, I'm going to focus on this subject and really further my knowledge in this one area. So I don't think there's anything that I'm like forgetting here. Yeah. So if this kind of personality, if this sort of sounds like you, then we're going to go in and get some information on what you may be feeling or dealing with currently. That way, the self care information is going to make more sense. All right. Yeah, I think what I was saying when I kind of got interrupted by that, it kind of messed with my thought process. But um, finding direction. Yeah, you may be, I don't know, I'm getting this sense that maybe you're struggling to find direction with something because this is the hold your vision in reverse. So, okay, we are going to see. Oh, well, we already got something falling out there. Okay, so for group 2, what is the current energy around group 2 right now? What are they currently experiencing, feeling, going through? The current energy around group 2. What do I need to know about group 2's situation at the moment? Overall energy around group 2 at the moment. Overall energy, okay? The devil, okay. I am interested to see what's going on with this. And then we've got 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, it's giving me that lack of direction again, maybe not knowing what to say, especially with this also correlating to communication. You may not know what to say in a situation or know what to do because that also is just action in general. It's blocked action, blocked communication. But we got the devil. Okay. I don't know why I'm thinking sexy vibes here, and I don't know why my brain is just going there right now. That is not all that the devil is about. What the heck? It can be. It can be. Okay. Yeah, maybe sex addiction. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, you'll know if it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But the devil talks about just unhealthy behaviors in general, toxic behavior, toxic patterns, addictions. And it can talk about sex, sexuality. So I'm thinking instantly that there is some kind of unhealthy behavior that you're trying to break, and it's getting in the way of your wellness. But let's see. Let's see how you can take better care of yourself. Hold your vision. You may be trying to get out of a toxic cycle. That could be a toxic relationship. Again, it could be an addiction that you're fighting, but it's like you've already started. You've already taken a step, and you're really trying to hold to that. And maybe you're struggling at the moment because we've got hold your vision in reverse. So, yeah, it's making me think that you've taken a step in the right direction already. But with this coming up, yeah, you're battling something right now. It's not good for you, but you know it's not good for you. This is something that looks like you've already acknowledged, but right now you're struggling to move forward in your path away from it. It's like you know that you need to break away from it, but with that blocked action being on the back of the deck right behind that, you're struggling with leaving it behind. So how can group 2 take better care of themselves right now? How can group 2 take better care of themselves right now? How can group 2 take better care of themselves? Okay, that's too many. We got Queen of Cups. She came out on her own, so I'll take her. Group 2 take better care of themselves right now. Well, Queen of Cups, instantly thinking compassion. Compassion for herself and for others. This is all emotion. This is the water energy in the Queens. So being really compassionate, and since this is a self-care reading, I would say being compassionate with yourself through this, okay? And then we have the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups, okay? And then on the back of the deck, the Magician in reverse. Yeah, you're struggling to move forward, but it's like you already know. So maybe it's not so much a lack of direction, because I feel like you know what it is that's not good for you, but you're just struggling to take action and moving forward away from it. Yeah, it's blocked action. If you're beating yourself up, if you struggle with just being really mean to yourself, remembering your accomplishments and your good qualities, remembering good things, focusing on good memories, and doing things that are fulfilling for you, whatever that may be. But you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy and to feel good. Because right here, it's telling me that you're really struggling mentally. Yeah. You may be feeling a little depressed right now because we've got the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups with it. And Five of Cups, I would normally just think disappointment, but with it being right here with the Nine of Swords, I'm just feeling this heaviness. Like, I'm really sorry if you're feeling like this. Yeah, I think you might be really, really sad, feeling really low right now. And I get it if you're battling something. Let me see what I'm missing here, though. Okay, how can pile 2 take care of themselves with the Queen of Cups here? How can they take care of themselves? They've got 10 of Pentacles. So focusing on your stability, maybe just not making things so hard, like just taking one step at a time, just focusing on your everyday routine, just having structure for yourself. If you don't already, just having a really good structured routine. People, we always talk about how children need that, like especially little kids, babies, preschool age, how they need structure. Like that's really important for them to have a routine. They really need that to thrive. Well, so do we. Grown-ups need that too. Like I don't think that goes away. So maybe you need more structure in your life right now. Maybe your job is you have kind of a different type of work schedule than like a normal Monday through Friday 9 to 5. And so with it being all over the place, like you could work weird hours, you could work a night shift and that could throw you off. You could work from home. You could be an entrepreneur in some way. And if that's the case, you really have to have structure and routine. You could do something like what I do. I just work on the weekends only. So I'm off during the week. And it's easy to fall into depression if you have a lot of time on your hands like that. Like if you work only a couple or a few days a week and the rest of the week you're off, it sounds great, and it is great, but you have to have structure. You have to have something to keep yourself busy, because if we're not moving our body and we're not leaving our house and going outside and getting fresh air, yeah, it's super easy to get depressed. I don't care who you are. You were kind of like setting yourself up for that if you don't have a really solid routine. Okay, so how can they take care of themselves with the Nine of Cups? Here. That was too many. How can pile 2 take care of themselves with 9 of Cups? Okay, well, we've got 2. The Star and King of Swords. Okay. Yeah, with you battling these thoughts, yeah, the unhealthy thing may truly just be your thoughts, too. It may be mental health. It may be your mental health right now that you're grappling with. So King of Swords, he is very clear on where he wants to go, very clear on what he wants to say and how he wants to say it. He's got a plan for everything. Everything's thought out. He's very intellectual. Everything's very logical and rational. So you need to look at your stability, inner and outer, your just fulfillment in life, whatever's going to make you happy, literally your dreams, whatever that is, and dream as big as you want. But your dreams, what you want for your life and for yourself, your goals, honing in on that all the time, staying really focused on it all the time. I'm talking about whatever's going into your brain. Don't be listening to music that's steering you off your course. Don't be watching TV shows that are going to steer you off your course. Be watching things that are going to inspire you and keep you on your path. You know what I mean? Like, if this was an addiction that you're fighting, then be listening to podcasts about how to release addiction and how to move past addiction. Watch documentaries about it. Get a support group. And this is just an example, but I feel like examples sometimes just help me get it out and make more sense. But whatever it is, just being really, really clear on it, really focused on it in your everyday, in your routine, making sure that it's built around what you want for your future. Like, this is your goal. And when I say goal, I mean like your whole life. Who you want to be, what you want your life to be like, where you want to go. This is all this big, big, big goal. This is your future. So this is your guiding light. This is your future. Your future's the star. And again, if anything's steering you off course, like say this is a toxic relationship you're trying to leave behind and you're listening to like Machine Gun Kelly and Black Bear, like, oh honey, no. Oh honey, no. Are you trying to go back to that person? Because, and I love them. I'm not knocking their music. It's great, but half of their shit is about toxic relationships and romanticizing it and like dwelling on it and just, oh, I miss you so much and we're so unhealthy and it's awesome and let's have sex right now even though we're terrible for each other. You know what I mean? That is not good. That's not good for you. Not good for you at all. So being really intentional with what you're listening to, what you're reading, what you're watching. If you do listen to a lot of music, that's a big one. Curate some playlists for yourself. Create your own playlists that are super intentional. I've got my Spotify linked on here if you want some ideas for that. Like, I like to make playlists that have a mix now if I've got an intention for it, like a manifestation playlist or a releasing playlist, and have a mix of music that correlates to that goal, podcast episodes that correlate to it, and the podcast episodes can be from a spiritual perspective, a psychological perspective. I'll have affirmations on there. I'll have some binaural beats on there. Some meditations, you know what I mean? And all the stuff, though, on that playlist, it all correlates to that one goal of releasing that relationship or making peace with a situation or manifesting money, manifesting your dream job. So whatever it is, just having a really clear intention behind it. Okay, why the Nine of Swords? How can they take care of themselves with the Nine of Swords here? The King of Wands in reverse. Okay. This is really this is emotional regulation. This is having to get control of your negative thoughts and your negative emotions. And that's hard. That can be difficult. There's going to be a lot of different ways for different people on how to do that. But literally, like if you do struggle with emotional instability, studying that, learning about that, start listening to podcasts and watching videos, because there are professionals out there with credentials, with education, who share that information for free. So just really looking into different ways of emotionally regulating yourself and finding out what will work for you. Because I don't really know what to tell you with just going off of this, but I guess an example would be like, say you deal with anxiety, like you're really, really, really anxious. When you start to feel that coming on, first of all, learning what that feels like kind of knowing your body enough to know like, oh, I'm starting to feel that sweatiness in my hands. Oh my gosh, my heart's racing. Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. I feel lightheaded. Whatever it is, start honing in on that. That way you know your body, you know when it's coming on. And when you know it's coming on, before it spikes and before it reaches this like climax that you don't want, because that would feel terrible, learning to regulate yourself before it gets there. So doing something like finding 5 things that you hear, focusing on what 5 things can I hear right now? And then what 5 things like can I find that is the color blue? And looking for 5 blue things that you see. What can I feel right now? Even if it's not 5 things, but that's kind of the sort of what it goes by. What can I feel right now? Are there 5 different things that I can feel? What does this feel like? Well, this feels soft. What does my hand feel like? Well, it feels really rough. Mine does. And scaly. That's so gross. I need to put some lotion on. What 5 things, or what can I taste? I mean, you can't taste 5 things. What can I taste right now? What do I taste? And then what's the other one? We've got what can I feel, see, hear, taste. smell. That's the other one. So it's the 5 things. It's not finding 5 things in each category. It's there are 5 categories. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this. Yeah, so that's just an example of a way to regulate yourself if you're feeling anxious. But there are going to be a lot of different things that are going to work for different people. So maybe looking into that, though, that's how you're going to take better care of yourself, is learning about your own triggers and learning what that feels like when you become triggered, and then how to regulate yourself and bring yourself back down and calm yourself down and support and comfort yourself. But yeah, okay. How can they take better care of themselves with the 5 of Cups? How can 2 take better care of themselves with the 5 of Cups? Okay. 7 of Swords. Okay. So what I'm getting here with the 7 of Swords being right underneath the 5 of Cups is you're needing to learn which parts of you are telling you the truth and which parts of you are telling you a lie. Because we all have that, okay? Our anxiety lies to us most of the time. And it's there to protect us. It's there for our survival. But a lot of the time, it's making something out of nothing because it's in defense mode, especially if, again, this is anxiety. You may be in this survival mode all the time. And so you're going to have to really figure out, well, what's my intuition and what is my trauma response? You know what I mean? Like, which one do I need to listen to? How do I know? How do I know? Well, you're going to have to clear your mind to figure that out. So say you're in a conversation and things are escalating, and you are not sure how to feel about what the other person is saying. You don't know whether or not you can trust them. You're getting really, really angry, because King of Wands in reverse it always gives me anger issues, especially. And anger, that comes from a deeper sense of fear and of sadness. Okay, so it's like you may jump to conclusions and you may have some emotional outbursts or something. And if that's the case, it's going to be learning to take a step back, because that's not good for you. That's just going to end up sabotaging your relationships, and it's not going to make you feel any better, So if that's something that you've dealt with, definitely learning to take a step back when you need to and clear your mind before you go any further in a conversation or make any decisions about someone's character or about your connection to them, because your anxiety may be lying to you. And even if that's not the case, again, it may be how you talk to yourself. I'm really feeling like you guys may not be very nice to yourselves, okay? And it doesn't matter what you're struggling with, what you deal with, what your flaws or your faults are. We all have them, and it's not fair to be mean to yourself about it. You're not supposed to be perfect. You literally can't be perfect. This is the journey of life. It is about growing and evolving. It's about acknowledging both the light and the dark. So you may need to do some learning about how to embrace your shadow more and to love your shadow instead of reject it. You don't need to reject your shadow. Like if you have an addiction, well, you have it for a reason. There's a reason it's there. You don't have to be afraid to look at it a little closer and find out why it's there. But yeah, mostly what I'm getting from that again is just learning when you're lying to yourself, learning which voice of yours you can trust and which voice of yours is a survival mode voice and is actually probably sabotaging things in your life, okay, or just making you feel bad for no reason. Like this is like the type of vibe where you might lay awake at night just being mean to yourself, your thoughts, just thinking about something that you did and just thinking, well, that was so stupid. Like, I'm so stupid. Why did I say that? Like, that's so embarrassing. Like, I've humiliated myself. And if you let your honest voice come in, your honest voice is going to say, they probably don't even remember that. Like, they're probably sleeping right now. They don't care what you said. They already forgot about it, And if they do, if they are judging us for what we said, then fuck them, Like, what's their problem? Like, nobody's perfect. So if they, you know what I mean? Like, if someone is going to judge you that harshly, then, like, screw them. You don't want them around. Okay, let's move on. Magician reverse is clarified here by the Ace of Pentacles. So how are you going to take care of yourself? I think just, again, focusing on your goals is what this is giving me. Focusing on your future. You may also get stuck in the past. You may, yeah, obviously, if you have these thoughts of really overthinking something that you've already said or done, that may be something you struggle with. So just keeping your mind on the future and on the present, too. The present is most important, okay? But for you, I feel like it's going to be good for your self-image and just your mentality if you keep in mind your dreams. Maybe make a vision board. If you haven't before, they're actually really fun to make. Yeah, just make a vision board. Get you a big poster or even a Pinterest. You can do it online. A Pinterest board of what you want to manifest, who you want to be, what kind of life you want, what kind of job, what kind of relationship, what kind of house, all of that. It can be really fun. Make it fun, you know? Okay, so now I want to go in and just get like some more tangible things, because the vision board is the first one that I said that was like a ritual type of thing to do. So now I want to see what are some self-care rituals for group 2. What type of self-care ritual would be good for group 2? A self-care ritual for group 2. Self-care ritual does group 2 need? Okay, what's this? We got Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I'm thinking just, it's like pausing, you know what I mean? It's like really slow movement. The Knight of Pentacles is already really slow movement. And so with it being in reversed, it's like stopped. It's like at a halt, you know? So I think you may need to just have a lazy day. That's what I'm getting here. I don't know. That's going to, if you already have a lot of that, then like I said, you need structure. But I don't know. Maybe you could use just a day of self-care where it's just like you're having a movie marathon and you're watching your favorite movies, you know, something like that. I'm getting taking it easy. Definitely I'm getting. And I also thought meditation, if that's something that you're into. But moving really slowly to the point of not moving at all. Okay. What else? A self-care ritual for group 2. A self-care ritual. Oh, is there too many? 6 of Cups. Okay, spending time with someone that you love. Spending time with a best friend. Having a best friend day. Just doing something fun with them. Maybe also doing something nostalgic in a way that's going to be positive, like making a scrapbook or printing off some pictures of people that you love and hanging them around your house, something like that, or making a playlist that would be like a positive nostalgic, again, not like toxic love songs, but more so, say you have a family member that passed on. Like I have a playlist it's like dedicated to my dad and to my Grammy, and when I'm thinking about them, I will turn their playlist on and I feel closer to them, and I'm kind of like bonding with them through their favorite songs and music that they shared with me. So, you know, like, I don't know, I'm getting just like doing something nostalgic that's positive. Again, because if you struggle with rumination, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about making it into a positive thing in some way. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse. Really diving into your spirituality more. Doing some type of spiritual kind of ritual, which that could be a lot of different things. Maybe like a moon ritual, if you are into that. Maybe, I don't know, if you haven't done it before but you think you might be interested in that. Moon rituals are awesome. If there's something that you want to release, do one on a full moon. You can do it anytime, but especially with the full moon, if you want to work with the moon cycles. And then new moons are good for manifesting. I could see you needing both of those. I could see you releasing an addictive thing that you're dealing with, or like addictive behavior, or even like negative thought processes, anything like that you need to release. Doing that on a full moon and like writing what you want to release and burning it. If you need to separate yourself from a toxic relationship, doing like a cord cutting ritual. And then also like on the new moons, working on that vision board, literally doing a vision board on a new moon night, or doing your Pinterest board, a vision board on a new moon night. Again, writing what you want to manifest and burning it. You don't have to burn it. I have a whole manifestation journal and I don't burn any of it. I keep it. So it's just like whatever works for you. But I don't know. I just was thinking moon rituals, but it doesn't have to be working with the moon. It could be anything, but doing some type of spiritual ritual for self-care, doing a protection jar, like a protection spell, doing like a self-love ritual, get you a pink candle, get you like a picture of yourself when you were a child and look at that picture and write to yourself, a little self-love ritual. Okay, is there one more for pile 2? Self-care ritual for pile 2. One more self-care. One more self-care ritual for pile 2. Oh, okay. I thought a bunch were going to come out, and it just ended up being one, so perfect. We love to see it. 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting with this 10 of Cups in reverse is not running from your emotions, because I don't know, it's going to be a different situation maybe for all of you, whoever's listening to this, but the common denominator here is, this 9 of Swords and 5 of Cups, it's pretty straightforward. You've dealt with some heavy emotions, dark thinking, addictive behavior, unhealthy behavior at the very least. So I think what this is talking about is not running from that, not running from those behaviors, not running from those unhealthy or even toxic tendencies, and instead actually looking at them. Major shadow work vibes here. Major shadow work. That's another kind of playlist I have. I have a shadow work playlist. So if you really like music and podcasts, and you like stuff like that, totally make you a playlist with the intention of learning about your shadow, and embracing your shadow. And journals are also a great way to do something like that too, but definitely instead of running from it, sitting in these emotions, and not like just staying depressed, that's not what I'm saying, but sitting there long enough to figure out, well, what's the root of this emotion? Where does this really come from? Where does this addiction really come from? Is this in my family? Is this in my lineage? Like, just taking a really hard look at that. That would be a good self-care practice for you. And that's the only way we grow. We're not going to change our behavior or grow at all by not looking at it. You literally, you have to. There's no way around it. You can't avoid looking at your shadow if you're wanting to change unhealthy behaviors or habits that you have. Gotta look them right in the face. So let's see. Let's get you some advice from these oracle decks, and then we'll leave it at that. I don't know what my deal is with shuffling these today, but okay. So can we get some advice for pile 2? I thought that one wanted to come out, and it changed its mind. Pile 2. Messages for group 2. Can we get some messages for group 2 here? Messages for group 2. Can we get messages for group 2? Can we get messages for group 2? Maybe that's the only one that wants to come out. Okay, there's a couple more. So we got share your voice. And so I'm thinking, whatever it is that you're going through, however you're feeling, whatever your situation is, whatever this unhealthy behavior or cycle or addiction or whatever it is that you are dealing with, maybe looking for a little like community, even if it's online, like a support group or something for you where you don't feel so alone, and even starting one maybe if you really want to put yourself out there. But I don't know, this share your voice is just giving me like talking to people about it who you feel like you can trust and that will help you, coach you, and support you through this. And this is, again, communication. So also giving me that journaling and stuff, just sharing your voice honestly, like with yourself, like letting your shadow speak up for once, you know? Because it seems like maybe you're a little afraid of it. I don't know. So what else do we get here though? We've got protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And okay, yeah, we did talk about a cord cutting ritual. So if that's something that you're into, you know, give that a try. But yeah, you got to call your power back from whatever this is, whatever the unhealthy behavior or habit or addiction that you have. It is pulling your power away from you. And there's meditations for that too. You can even go to sleep listening to meditations or subliminals about calling your power back. So try something like that, or like hypnosis, or there's so many things, honestly, just here on YouTube. And then trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Yeah, and I think that's like listening to, again, these emotions and not running from them. Instead, looking at them like a little project. Like this is a mystery, and we're gonna discover the root here. We're gonna discover the core of these emotions and where they came from, and just discovering that about yourself, you know? All right, and then on the back of the deck, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. And so, yeah, with that Knight of Pentacles, and I was getting like lazy day. For some of you, you just need to chill out. You need to take it easy, and you need to let yourself rest and not feel guilty about it or feel bad about it at all. That's such a thing with the older generations. I don't know. It's just like they kind of taught us because they were taught also. It's just life has changed so much. That's the thing, you know. We thank God we're so lucky, but we did not grow up during the Depression and during these harder times that the collective went through. And so it's just like they have this mentality of always hustling and always working, and then a lot of us in the younger generations, it's just we don't really have to do that now. And like I said, thankfully we don't. Like, thank God we don't. We're so lucky, we're so blessed that we don't have to. But yet we still have this feeling like we do. We feel guilty. We feel like it's wrong to rest. And I am here to tell you it is not wrong. It is not wrong. Get you a bag of potato chips and watch TV all day if you need to. Not every day, because that would be depression, I think. So not every day. That's not what healthy people do every day. But it's okay to take a break every now and then. All right. Yeah. Messages for group 2. I was like, what are we doing? Is my brain okay? Messages for group 2. Can we get a couple messages for group 2? Self-care advice for group 2. How can go deeper? Well, yeah, we know what that's about because I keep saying it. Yeah, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. Discover yourself. I think you're going to really like it once you get into it if you're not already. And if you are already, this is just like, yay, good job. You know, keep going, hold your vision. You may just be feeling a little like tired of this self-discovery at the moment, but it's going to be so worth it. And this is new moon in Scorpio too, and Scorpio is all about that hidden energy, you know? Okay, anything else? And it's green too, like the heart chakra. Yeah, why do you have these emotions? Why do you have these triggers? Why do you have these behaviors? I definitely am getting some emotional instability, even if it's not all the time. I could see some explosiveness here. I could see a tendency to explode and to have this like rage within you. And then even when you're alone, just having, again, just heavy thoughts, heavy emotions, dark emotions. So just get into the bottom of that so that you don't just keep feeling it. And at least you'll understand where it came from, and then you can understand better how to cope with it. Make time for self-love. Doing some self-love rituals, I think, would be great. Okay, a self-care practice for group 2. Okay, and then we got take a reality check. Okay, take a reality check. I think that's maybe make sure that you're listening to your intuition and not your anxiety. You know, again, make sure you're not jumping to conclusions, because I think that your brain, you've got something in your mind that is not always so nice to you. And again, it's trying to protect you. It comes from a place of survival mode, but like it's not telling you the truth all the time. So really being able to take a step back and clear your mind. If you're spiritual, say a quick prayer, meditate for a minute, connect to whatever higher power you believe in, or at the very least, just center yourself and then look at the situation. And then from a higher perspective, then look at the situation and think, I don't know, is this person really trying to trick me? Is this person really out to get me? Or did I kind of just like make something out of nothing here? You know what I mean? Like, all right. And then on the back of the deck, go wild. Do something fun. Do something fun for yourself. I don't know why I'm getting art here. It's just, I have no idea why I just thought that, but go wild doing something creative. I don't know. All right, probably because Leo, fire energy. I'm going to leave that here. That was like super long. I hope that that was a helpful. If you need to talk to someone, if you are experiencing like some heavy emotions and stuff, please don't like hesitate to reach out to someone. You can reach out to me. I've got my Instagram and stuff linked. Send me a message and we'll talk about it. So yeah, just get some support from somewhere so that you don't feel alone, and let your mind run away with this idea that that you're all alone, because you're not. That's not true. Okay. Well, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that I will see you in another one. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. So if you were drawn to this beautiful crystal, this is your reading about how you can take better care of yourself. So for your oracles here, we got surrender to the divine, and luck is on your side in reverse. So I left that in reverse in case this, I don't know, I instantly thought maybe karma, maybe you're in some type of karmic cycle right now. Anyway, so I just left that way in case that matters. But for your Phoenix card, your past life card, we got the number 28. And this is to just kind of tell me about your personality. So this should kind of make sense if this is your reading. You may be 28 years old. You definitely don't have to be. This is the last card in this past life deck. It's the last one. It's the contemporary card. So yeah, number 28 is the Western contemporary symbol here. And it's got all this color, and it says energy. Hold on a second. It says energy is the divine something. Energy is eternal delight. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, so this card talks about someone who needs constant action, constant change. It's giving me lots of fire energy, lots of fire energy, lots of drive, lots of ambition, lots of excitement, a lot of energy, but not always a clear direction or a clear focus for that energy. A lot of energy though, nonetheless. You may have moved a lot in your lifetime. You've maybe had a lot of different partners already, like different relationships, different friend groups, whatever it is, it's just lots of change. You're probably going to experience a lot of change in your lifetime. You definitely have a leadership kind of energy about you. So you just do things in your own way. You're really unique. Like this is the ultimate individualistic person. Okay. This is all about individuality. So you are a complete individual. You may not really like tradition, or you may be breaking out of some type of tradition in some way. Like if your family, I don't know, had some tradition that usually would be passed down, you may be the first to change that. You may really like modern aesthetics. You probably like a lot of color, just exciting looking things. You do have a creativity to you, and you're good at pairing things together and making them look just really nice, really cohesive. So you're really good at that. And you just, you do your own thing. Again, you're really original. You have your own ideas. You're the individual. You are the individual. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention here about this card. Let's see. You might, because you do have so much energy and you do get bored a lot, this card does talk about a person who can kind of start arguments before they realize it, and it might be because you just literally get bored. And I don't think it's not like it would come from a bad intention, but people around you might sometimes see you as like just really argumentative, or kind of like, man, that person, drama just follows them, or like there's just problems around that person. And I don't think that you mean for it to be like that. It's just, again, you have this fiery energy. You might be a fire sign. You don't have to be, though, but I'm just getting a lot of just fiery aspects to this personality. So fire will be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And, you know, you may not be like a fire sign in your sun, but like somewhere else in your chart that would be really important. Anyway, so I think we pretty much got the gist of what's going on here. And with this crystal, I'm instantly thinking, you know, this could have to do with the inner child. Like maybe this is going to be about inner child work, or just embracing that inner child more, which it sounds like you already do. Like a very creative, lighthearted, just fun energy. Just having fun and just laughing and having a good time. This also totally correlates with this modern aspect here, because this crystal in particular, it's like used to build like cars and technology. So it makes complete sense for it to be here with this contemporary card. Now, okay, if that makes sense and that sounds kind of like you, I'm going to go in and get one giant tarot card from this deck to tell me about your current situation, or how you're feeling right now at the moment. Just the current energy around you. That way, when I ask about how you can take better care of yourself, it will make a little more sense, maybe. Okay. So, for pile number 3, what is the current energy around pile 3 right now? Can we get the overall energy around pile 3? Whoops. These are so hard to handle, and I actually have really big hands, and these are still hard for me to handle. Okay, the overall energy around pile 3 right now. Okay, that's too many, though. That's like a whole story. What's going on with pile 3 at the moment? What's around pile 3 right now? What's going on with pile 3 at the moment? I don't think that was supposed to happen. Pile 3, the current energy. I'm trying to shuffle them up here on the table, but I may have to move them back a little bit. Okay. Current energy for pile 3 right now. What is the current energy? There we go. We got one. Yeah, it's like harder for me to shuffle with my arms lifted up like that because I'm sitting in the floor. We've got 8 of Pentacles. Okay. You are working on mastering some kind of skill. On the back of the deck here, we've got Page of Swords in reverse. So maybe you're working on mastering your sharp tongue. If that argumentative energy resonated with you at all, maybe that's something you realize about yourself, and you're trying to not act on impulse so much, or say things before thinking about them. That could be something that you're working on. Let's see. You could be working on letting go of control. We've got surrender to the divine here, full moon. So you might be working on just mastering your flow energy and being able to just trust and go with the flow more. But you are in a work energy. I mean, it's showing up as 8 of Pentacles, your current situation, your current energy. This is earth energy, so you're trying to ground yourself, which might be kind of hard for you with the type of personality I just read about. But yeah, you're trying to ground some idea in reality. You're trying to master a skill. That's the difference between 7 and 8 of Pentacles for me, is the 8 of Pentacles is mastering a skill, you know? Yeah, so you're working on some type of project. You could just literally be working a lot right now. But you seem pretty balanced. I mean, it's out here upright, so you seem like you feel pretty balanced and grounded in your work around something right now, on something. Okay, so let's figure out now how you can take better care of yourself. So for group number 3, how can group 3 take better care of themselves right now? How can group 3 take care of themselves right now? How can group 3 take better care of themselves right now? Okay, we got 7 of Swords. me take better care of themselves right now. Okay. Oh, so many. It's too many. Man, these really don't want to come out. They just really don't want to come out right now. And I'm thinking while I'm shuffling this, and I'm thinking about the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, and I'm wondering if maybe you're working to avoid something. Maybe work for you is escapism at the moment. Maybe you're avoiding something. I don't know. That's what I'm getting. I don't know. Take it if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But yeah, this Seven of Swords here, this talks about betrayal of some kind. It can be deception, hiding something, lying, cheating. And with this being, your Eight of Pentacles here and how you can take better care of yourself, I don't know. I'm just getting that, that maybe you are lying to yourself or deceiving, betraying yourself in a way by depending on work to get your to get your mind off of something else. Again, just escapism. I don't know how else to put it. It's like escaping some deeper issue or something else that you know it's there. It's the elephant in the room in your brain, but you're like, yeah, you can sit in here in this closet for now. I'm gonna go focus on this instead. We are not gonna go there right now. We are not gonna think about that. I don't know. That's what I'm getting so far. Let's see if some cards want to come out now. Maybe I just had to get that out before I would be allowed to have any other cards. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's see. How can group 3 take better care of themselves? How can group 3 take care of themselves right now? Okay, maybe that was it. I'm telling you, maybe that was it. Okay, we've got Ace of Cups. And we've got King of Swords, and that's perfect because I wanted to stop at 3. So back of the deck, 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I was definitely supposed to stop when I did and say that, because probably what would have happened is I would have kept getting cards out and I would have lost that thought. So I think that definitely happened for a reason. Oh, I love that. I love when things like that happen. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. That was supposed to happen. So yeah, you are working to avoid something, and working is great. We love to see it. We love building our abundance and we love that, but at this point, it's escapism for you for something, because on the back of the deck here, we've got 6 of Cups, and it's in reverse. Well, that would be memories. That would be being overly nostalgic, and I think you're being called to do that. You're being called to go somewhere emotionally, and you're acting like you're not, You're acting like it's not there. You're avoiding it through your work, through your busy work. Okay, creative avoidance here. You're working, you're procrastinating on going deeper into these thoughts or emotions that you're needing to visit in order to process some type of situation or make peace with something and release something. And instead of doing that and releasing it, you're just escaping through your work. Because yeah, we do have surrender to the divine over here. Yeah, okay. So we've also got, after the 7 of Swords, we've got the Ace of Cups and the King of Swords. So how can you take better care of yourself right now? I think you need to visit these emotions. Ace of Cups. This is, the ace in the suit can kind of just embody that entire energy in one. And with this being the ace, I'm looking at it as your emotional body. You're needing to spend time in your emotions, and you're in this fire energy, in this work energy, in this action and movement energy in your physical world, and you're being called to go within, and you're being called to look at your emotions. Okay, that's definitely what this is, and I don't know what. I mean, you'll know what it is, but again, it's like an elephant in the room. It's something that you would know that you haven't processed fully, or you just don't allow yourself the time to visit your emotions. It's like your heart's a little closed off. Yeah, right after that, we got King of Swords, which we love him. We love you, King of Swords. Love to see you high. But with this context, it's giving me that you're fully in your head. You are fully in your logic and ration and work and action, and you're not in your emotions at all. So that's how you're being called to take care of yourself right now, is to go within these emotions and open your heart up and be emotional. Even if it's something like literally just watching a movie that's going to make you cry. It could be something as simple as that, okay? Watching a little rom-com, watching literally a Disney movie. Just about any Disney movie can make you cry if you need to. And I feel like you maybe just need a good cry. Yeah, because as I'm saying that, I'm seeing the water pouring out of this cup and it's kind of like tears. I think maybe you just need a good cry. You know, I'm not saying slip into depression. I'm saying a release, just a good cry. Maybe you miss someone. Maybe you've lost someone and you're not really dealing with it because you're escaping through work and kind of just compartmentalizing and dissociating from that event, especially if it was something traumatic like losing someone. And with this here, I mean, this is giving me inner child, energy again. I don't know. It's like, it could be that you lost someone close to you or something like that. Yeah. Well, whatever it is, I think and at the very least, even if it's not you visiting a specific event, it's just, again, just opening your heart up. Doing something that's going to open your heart up. Because right now your heart is just dying to be open. Your heart's like, please listen to me. Please let me cry. Okay, well, let's get some clarification, see what I'm missing here. Why is the Seven of Swords here in their self-care? Whoa. We're going crazy, guys. Why is Seven of Swords here in Group 3's self-care? What is this Seven of Swords in their self-care? Okay. The Fool in reverse. Okay, yeah, because you are just jumping on to the next, onto the next, and you're leaving something unresolved. So you're going to take care of yourself by going in and resolving that. Right now you're acting like it's not there. You're deceiving yourself. You're lying to yourself. And you're betraying yourself in that way because your poor heart is still feeling it. Your heart's feeling it and carrying it, but it's not getting the attention that it wants and it desires. Is being ignored. Your heart's being put on the back burner right now. And depending on how deep this is, your inner child could feel like they're being put on the back burner right now. And they're just calling out for you to give them some attention, Okay, why is Ace of Cups here in their self-care? Why is Ace of Cups here in Group 3's self-care? Okay, I don't know. I thought it was going to come out and it didn't. Why is Ace of Cups here in Group 3's self-care? Why is Ace of Cups? Why is Ace of Cups here in their self-care? What is the Ace of Cups for Group 3? Too many. What is the Ace of Cups for Group 3? Okay. The High Priestess. Yeah, well, your intuition is telling you that you need a good cry. Your intuition is telling you, hey, there's something in here that we need to talk about, But if you're so busy and you're staying busy, and you're not giving yourself a moment to sit with yourself and sit with your thoughts and your feelings, they're just getting piled up and they're just sitting there. But they're not going anywhere, okay? Let me be clear with that. They're not going anywhere. They're still there. Your thoughts and feelings that are wanting to be addressed, they're still in there. But they're not being dealt with. The High Priestess is also about secrets, things being hidden. Your emotions are literally, you're hiding them. You're hiding them from yourself right now, and that is not good for you. That is not healthy. That's not healthy for you. That'd be like not pooping, okay? That's a gross example, but honestly, it's like a really good one. That's exactly what I'm trying to say right now. If you keep eating food, which you need to survive, and you don't poop, and you don't get rid of the poop that's in there, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to have to go to the hospital eventually if you never let it out. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for you. And right now, you are emotionally constipated. Can I coin that term? That is genius. Oh my gosh, but that's exactly what this is. You're emotionally constipated, okay? I'm sorry, I should not be making this funny. This is actually sad and really serious, but yeah, I don't know if you don't think that you deserve to do that, or if you're scared of what you're gonna find. You know what I mean? Like, are you scared to feel those emotions? Like, are you scared to take all that on because it's gonna hurt too much? Because, I mean, you just have to remember you will survive. Will survive, okay? Gloria Gaynor, get out of my head. But I'm sorry, I literally keep laughing. I just said I'm going to stop making this funny. Maybe you need to laugh too. That's emotional too, okay? Laughing, that feels good. It feels good. I feel happy when I laugh. I'm giggly. I'm having a good time. I'm laughing over things, okay? Because my inner child isn't blocked off. Me and my inner child are hanging out right now. She's over here with me, giving me examples about poop, okay? So, yeah, your laughter may be just as blocked as your tears are, okay? Because if you, again, if you're working, and it's at a point where it's escapism, then you're not giving yourself time to have fun either. Let's move on before I get any more weird examples. Why is King of Swords in their self-care? Why is King of Swords in Group 3 self-care? Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Needing to think about something. So not only are your emotions blocked off, you're not thinking about the situation that you have unresolved feelings over. You know what I mean? And if it's not a situation, and it really is that you're just like, you are overworking and ignoring your inner child and your emotional body, this is still telling you that you're going to have to make some time for that. You can't just sit just in your brain all the time and be completely logical and rational all the time. That's not human. That's a robot. Okay? And we love robots. Love you, Siri. I mean, I'm not knocking you at all, girl. But we need our emotions. That's what makes us human. Our laughter, our tears. And you're just like so action oriented right now that it's just become busy work. So it's just, yeah, you're really resistant. And this right now is calling you to stop, to stop working, to stop move. Don't quit your job. But yeah, no, really, to carve out some time for yourself. Because there's got to be some time somewhere, even if you're working 7 days a week, even if it's in the car. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's a car ride and you turn on some, like, I don't know, affirmations for your inner child, or I'm trying to think. I was going to say meditation, but we don't want you falling asleep while you're driving. Yeah, guided affirmations or binaural beats or doing something, and that's if you literally have no other time except drive time. So that's pretty extreme, okay? Yeah, you can do this right before bed. Spend 5 minutes on it. You know, you're worth it. Can you really not carve out 5 minutes for yourself? Because, yeah, maybe you can't fit in an entire movie. Maybe you can't right now, but I bet you can on your lunch break turn on some stand-up comedy or something while you're eating your lunch on YouTube and laugh while you're eating. You don't, oh, well, don't choke. That might not be good advice. But, yeah, just making that time for yourself. So this is calling you to pull back on your action and spend some time going inward for sure, and releasing these pent-up emotions. Okay, the back of the deck, King of Wands in reverse, underneath this 6 of Cups. Okay, so when we think of sadness too, like crying, any type of sad emotion, when that is pent up for a long time and not released, what does it turn into? Say it with me, everybody. Anger, right? Am I right? We all know that, I think. That's pretty, like, common knowledge. So what is anger? Anger is actually sadness coming out as anger. And a lot of times that's a thing for men because they're taught to keep their emotions inside because of gender roles. Gender roles are the stupidest thing. I hate them. But we have based our society on gender roles. And so little boys are taught that it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to share your emotions, it's not okay to be emotional. And if you are going to be emotional, the only acceptable emotion is anger, you know? So, all that to say, that's what happens. That's what happens when we don't release our emotions, when we don't cut loose and have fun, and we don't cry when we need to. I don't care how manly you are. You could be Grizzly Adams. You're allowed to cry, bro. Like, it's okay. Sit down. I'll pass you a tissue. I'll cry with you. You know, we can hug it out. And if anybody has a problem with it, they can fuck right off. I mean, seriously, I hate that. Like, gender roles really piss me off. But I think that's what's being said here. You're going to take care of this. Like, if you're struggling with having like some angry outbursts, or you just feel really angry inside and you just have this rage, or even if it's just irritability, like you're just super annoyed. Well, that's because you haven't released things that need to be released. You shouldn't go throughout life being irritable every day and being annoyed and just like being mad at everyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just, I feel like that's what you're being told to do, is sit down and cry it out, laugh it out. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Don't be afraid to get nostalgic. If you miss someone, or someone's no longer here with you, and I don't know why I'm getting that specific situation, but whatever it is, you don't have to avoid your emotions like the plague, okay? You really don't have to. That's how you're going to take care of yourself right now. Okay, so now I want to try to get some really tangible ways that you can do this, okay? Because I know this is kind of like I'm just talking circles. So let's see if we can get like some rituals, some actual ritualistic like ways, some things that you can do, activities, actions. Since you love action, right? You staying busy. Let's get you some action, some self-care action. So can we get some tangible like self-care actions for group 3? Self-care rituals, self-care actions for group 3. Whoa. Do I want to take these? I guess I will, because I was going to get 3. And 3 came out. So it's the 5 of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Oh my God, it's all fire. The 7 of Wands reversed, and the King of Cups reversed on the back of the deck. Okay, I don't know why I just talked like a baby just now. I'm so sorry. All right, so what can you do? What are some activities that you can do to take care of yourself right now? Well, 5 of Wands is competition. This is a competitive energy. And so I don't think this is trying to tell you to go out and be competitive in a negative sense. I'm getting, and if this were a positive thing, I'm thinking like games, like playing games. Maybe if you're into video games, like playing games online. What else could be competitive? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really getting much further past the games thing, and so I think that's for a reason. So I'm going to stick with that. I feel like I'm overcomplicating it, because like I'm trying to tell myself that's not good enough, that's not it. But honestly, I think it kind of is, because it makes total sense with this blocked emotional body. Like, you need to laugh. You need to laugh. And so literally playing games, like playing video games. Like, I play video games with my son sometimes. Like, we'll play the Sonic the Hedgehog racing game. We'll race each other. Playing board games. Get some friends together and play some board games, Something that's going to be fun for you. You just need some fun time. You need some laughter time. Get together with your family and play a game or something. Again, if you don't have like friends and family around you where you can do that, then online. Play some games online. Get you a little online community. And then Ace of Wands. Creativity, straight up. A creative project, and that's a good way to get pent-up emotions out. Literally, like a very classic way to do that, okay? And it can be anything. Like, obviously, if you relate to this, if you identify as like a creative person, an artist, then this is going to be easy for you. You already know what you like to do creatively: music, writing, film, photography. But if you don't like taking pictures of things, or like writing music, or painting, or anything like that, if you can't think of something, if nothing's coming to mind for you to start a creative project around, then I would say don't make it so hard. It can literally be decorating your room, it can be writing a card to someone. It can be If you like outfits, if you like dressing up, you know, sharing some photos of some of your favorite outfits that you've put together, that's creative. If you like makeup, spending some time doing your makeup up really nice. I would just think about your childhood self, because children don't overthink it when it comes to creativity. You know, they just are naturally creative. We just kind of lose that sometimes as we get older. So if you're struggling with finding a creative project, just think about what would have made the childhood version of you happy. What did they like to do for fun? Even if it's not literally creating something, just embracing that childlike energy. You know, go play outside. Like literally play outside, kick a ball around, you know. If it's too cold, go to the basketball, go to the gym where you live, you know, and play basketball, or go to the bowling alley. Yeah, just doing something fun. With the Seven of Wands here in reverse, I just keep thinking this is that. It's bringing your walls down. It's like being okay with being more vulnerable. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to clarify this because I'm not getting an action, and I want to give you on this last part. I want to give you like physical, you know, tangible, actual actions that you can do. So yeah, I'm gonna have to clarify that. I just keep getting this being vulnerable, embracing vulnerability, but how? You know, there's a lot of different ways you could do that, I guess. Like when I think of vulnerability, I think of Brene Brown because she's got some really awesome talks. I think it's The Call to Courage, I think, is about vulnerability. So if you're into that, if you haven't already heard that or listened to Brene Brown and you like stuff like that, like motivational speeches and stuff, totally look her up. She did have, might have been The Call to Courage actually. She did have something on Netflix a while back. That's actually where I first found her. And now I love her. I listen to her on YouTube and on any podcast on Spotify where she's a guest. I listen to. Maybe that's why that came out. Maybe I was supposed to tell you about Brene Brown. That's a physical action you can do. Literally go to Google and type in Brene Brown, okay? But yeah, we'll clarify that though and see if I'm missing something on that. And then King of Cups on the back of the deck. This is giving me parenting yourself, you know, fathering yourself. Maybe this is, I don't know, just keep getting father energy. Maybe looking at how you are connected to your father. I don't know. I'm just like, that's what I'm getting. I don't know how many people that will resonate with, but if you do know that your father, which shoot, in modern day America, I feel like this pretty much everyone's dad would fall into this category, but I was going to say, if you know that your father struggled to open up emotionally, if you didn't have like a really emotional connection with him in that way because he just didn't know how to share his emotions, maybe taking some time to look into that and look at like your similarities with your dad and what you may have picked up, what you may have learned from him that isn't helpful to you right now. Like if your dad didn't cry or wasn't really childlike or whatever it may be, if there was a part of him emotionally that he did not expose and you just picked up, well, that's how it is, that's how it's supposed to be, that's not true. So maybe looking at that, again, that sort of going into your inner child, looking at your childhood and figuring out maybe what you picked up from your dad specifically. I'm just getting your dad here, your emotional relationship with your dad. That's just what I'm getting. Maybe there's something here. Maybe there's some trauma there with that, with you and your dad that needs to be visited, okay? Maybe there's some inner work that needs to be done around your relationship with your dad. So if that's the case, then that's a tangible thing that you could do. You can use a journal to do that. Have that to go to whenever you want to take a look at that and spend some time working on that. So let me clarify this Seven of Wands in reverse. Why is the Seven of Wands in reverse here for action? Okay, we've got the Hierophant in reverse and the Death card in reverse. Okay, so a new beginning here, a starting over after an ending. I'm getting here that there's a change that needs to happen. It's like, it's giving me this sense, and then because on the back of the deck too, there's Three of Pentacles behind that. Like, I'm getting this sense that there's someone you need to learn from. And you may know who it is, and it may be your dad, since that came up. Even if, like, you don't talk to your dad and he's, like, cut out of your life or he's not here anymore, it still could be learning from them by, again, journaling, really thinking deeply about how your dad was and the type of person he is and what you learned from him. And if it's not that, it's just there's someone in your life that's trying to teach you something, I think, and you may be a little resistant to it. With that Seven of Wands, you may be a little defensive and not letting it in, but I feel like someone's trying to teach you something. You've got someone around you, a mentor, some type of teacher that you could work with. And if you don't, then this is your action, finding one. And if you don't want to like use a therapist or something, then looking online, but just be careful, like make sure, like if you're going to get into like psychology and stuff, try to look and find people who like they have a degree, like make sure that they've got credentials. At least I like to do that. I feel like that's the safest way if you're going to start learning about that type of thing. But yeah, if you don't already have one, finding a mentor, finding someone that can coach you through something. Interesting. So, and you probably already know what this would be, but if you don't have something that you're already interested in or know that you need to learn more about, then just learning how to be more vulnerable, like finding a mentor or a coach to guide you through this. And it could literally, like I said, be online, be someone who shares free content. Just make sure that what they're saying, that it's like an educated opinion. And let me clarify the King of Cups in reverse. Why is the King of Cups in reverse here? Oh my gosh, that's too many. Why is King of Cups in reverse here for group 3? Again, why is King of Cups in reverse here? Okay, so we've got, Look, if the dad thing doesn't make sense, just leave it because this just keeps coming out. So, because we've got Judgment in reverse now. To clarify that, so it's like you haven't forgiven him. It's just you have not forgiven your dad or a fatherly figure in your life. It would be a more masculine energy because they're showing up as the King of Cups, but it would be some masculine mentor or caregiver in your life, and that's why I instantly am going to dad here. But there's something that is not like tied up with you guys emotionally, and it's affecting you emotionally now. So there's like a lack of acceptance or forgiveness with you in this relationship with them. So it's like you need to revisit that so that you can learn something from that situation and accept it, because that is harming you right now. That's harming your ability to have, to take care of yourself. And it's also harming your manifestations. It's blocking your manifestations because there's just some emotional baggage here with that I'm getting. So interesting for that to come up, but that's what you're being called to do, is to literally revisit that situation with this very specific person. So like I said, it either resonates with you or it doesn't. But yeah, okay. So let's get you some advice from these oracle cards, and we will leave it at that. These videos just keep getting longer and longer. Okay, so for pile 3, what's the advice for pile 3? Advice or messages for pile 3? Advice or messages for pile 3? What can we get for pile 3 here? How can pile 3 take care of themselves? Okay. Sometimes it's just like I'm not asking the question right, and then when I rephrase the question, boom, they come right out. Okay. Be humble. Well, if someone's trying to teach you something, then you're going to have to be humble. And so maybe that's why you're resistant to it. Or it's that, like, if you're having to revisit a situation, you don't want to, or you have like a grudge against this person, you know what I mean? There's just some resistance to it for some reason. And this resistance to being vulnerable, to open it up to vulnerability. So, okay, be humble, first quarter moon in Leo. And then first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. Okay, and I would say any fear too when it comes to looking at the situation and Yeah, if you feel insecure about like embracing your emotions, there's really no need to. If anybody ever makes you feel weird or feel bad or like less masculine or less like in control or stable for literally crying or just like having fun, then screw them. Like, you don't want that type of person around you, you know? Like, that's on them, that's not on you. So there's no reason to feel insecure about embracing your emotions. You're allowed to do that. And then on the back of the deck, we've got last quarter, moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Yeah, precisely. That's some of these more tangible actions to take care of yourself, is visiting your feelings and working through them. That's it. Because right now you're avoiding that, and that's why you're not taking care of yourself. It's ignoring your emotions is not good for you, not healthy. Okay. What can we get for pile 3? How can pile 3 take care of themselves? How can pile 3 take care of themselves? Okay. Can we get some advice for pile 3? Advice for pile 3. What can we get for group 3? Self-care for group 3. Self-care for group 3. Self-care for group 3. Oh my, okay. I got one down here that was like 25. Okay, so we've got, let's see, I want to read them in the order they came out. So first you got leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Yeah, it seems like you're maybe a little scared to open up to your own emotions. So you can do it in a fun way. Like I said, if you've been blocked off at your heart for a while, then you can do some fun things to kind of ease into that before you go and have a hardcore cry, you know. We also got Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yeah, and you're going to see that. Life is really dull whenever you aren't living with emotions. Like I said, that'd be like being a robot. So when you open up to that, everything's going to be just more colorful. You're going to feel more connected to everything. And then we've got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Absolutely. Absolutely. Take on more of that. You know, like I said, boys especially, when they grow up, they're told that they can't be emotional, whereas girls, we're allowed to be. We are just, you know, if anything, we get made fun of for it, but it's expected. It's like, oh, she's emotional. She's just emotional. She's a girl. So embracing that and knowing that it's okay, and it's not a gender role thing. It's not a girl or boy thing. We're humans. We're all humans. We all have masculine and feminine energy, and we are all allowed to cry. We're all allowed to be emotional. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope that this was able to give you some kind of guidance that made sense. And I hope I'll see you again in another video. Bye. Hi, pile 4. So if you chose this dyed like fuchsia pink sliced agate, this is your reading about how you can take better care of yourself. Sorry for that long pause. I think I went brain dead for a minute. So for your oracle card from the Moonology deck, we've got balance, spirituality, and practicality. Wow, this makes so much sense with your past life card too. So for your past life card from the Phoenix cards, you've got the number 13. And the number 13 is the Chinese bear. And he was in reverse and this was in reverse. So I'm feeling like you may feel a little off balance right now in some way, emotionally or in your physical stability. Either way, just feeling a little imbalanced, because it literally talks about balance, and I was already thinking that when this came out in reverse. So you're the type of person, according to this card, this personality is pretty much a classic introvert. You really prefer to spend time alone rather than in large crowds. You don't mind being by yourself. You really like being by yourself because you feel like you know yourself. You like learning more about yourself. You feel like you understand yourself pretty well. You're very contemplative. You're a thinker for sure. You probably really like science. And actually, if you're not spiritual, you're probably very scientific in your beliefs, as far as like the meaning of life. You really like to see proof. So if you're reading something, if you're learning some new material, you want to know that it's like evidence-based. You know what I mean? So you come off as someone who is very balanced, actually, too. So I don't know right now if you're appearing to be balanced to other people while you feel a little off balance internally, or what that's all about. But yeah, this card actually speaks about someone who appears to be a very balanced person overall, just a refined person, just very well put together. Other people just seem to perceive you that way. You might get kind of frustrated with yourself over not having created something amazing yet in your life. It's like this card talks about someone who is always on the verge of, or the brink of, just this crazy groundbreaking idea or discovery or innovation. And it's like a few times you maybe thought you were onto that, and then it turned out that it just wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And so it kind of like drives you crazy because you really want something like that to happen in your life. It's like you're waiting for that moment. But part of your life journey here is learning to be patient, because it is going to take time and work to get to what it is that you're wanting, most likely. You probably are artistic. This personality type here, according to these cards, it's someone who would make a good researcher, or a good writer, and someone who just would be naturally a good artist. So if this sounds like you, then yeah, I'm going to move on into these giant ass tarot cards, and I'm going to try to get one card to give me the current energy around you at the moment. I can kind of see what you're dealing with currently. You also might be someone who you're very smart, you're in your head a lot, so you might be really critical of yourself, even though other people may not see that. How would they? It's in your head. You may be kind of overly critical of yourself at times. Okay. And that number 13, it does reduce to the number 4. If the number 4 means anything to you at all, maybe you're a life path 4 or something, I don't know. But 4 is a number of stability also when it's upright. And again, that was in reverse, so I'm just getting this off balance, instability kind of thing. Okay. So can I get one card to show me the overall energy around group 4 right now? Well, that's not one. What's the overall energy around group 4? What's the current energy around group 4 right now? The overall energy around group 4 at the moment. Okay. What did we get? We've got the Star in reverse. Okay. And that did talk about you always having these great ideas and thinking that something's going to happen, and then just hasn't seemed to happen yet. So that may have happened to you again recently, where you thought you had your life figured out, or you had this giant project or discovery, and then it fell through. Either way, the Star, that is about our dreams coming true, our deepest desires, just our wish being granted. And with it being in reversed, it's the opposite of that. It is, your dream was right here, and it was right there in your grasp, and then you lost it. It's gone. It's a missed opportunity feeling. So it's not great vibes, because who feels good after that? Nobody. So we also have Knight of Wands at the back of the deck. So now that this dream or this vision or project or whatever this was that you had that made you really happy, even if it was just an idea in the making, you thought you had something figured out, you thought your dreams were coming true and your wish was being granted, and then it was taken away, and now you don't really know what to do next. It's like, well, where do I move now? How do I find my direction again? What do I do with all these emotions? Because the Knight of Wands, that would be blocked action, blocked movement, and it's fire energy. So that's a lot to be blocked. Your creativity may be blocked right now. You may be going through like a writing block, or just feeling like you just don't know what to do. You're just not sure what to do next. That's kind of what I'm getting. That's sort of the vibe for what you may be dealing with currently. But let's not spend too much time on it. Let's go ahead and go in to the Rider-Waite Tarot here and see how you can take better care of yourself. So for pile 4, group 4, can group 4 take better care of themselves? The Magician reversed. How can group 4, take better care of themselves? So with the Magician reversed, I'm already getting that maybe instead of focusing on your outer power and your outer stability right now, you're being called to build that within. Because again, we saw that unstable, kind of off balance energy. So it's like you're being called to create some sort of inner stability at the moment. Okay. And then after the Magician reverse, we got the Ace of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups on the back of the deck. So how can you take better care of yourself? I think that you're needing to work on something that makes you happy at this point. It's probably going to be different depending on your situation, because whatever this dream was is going to be different depending on the situation. So, yeah, but I think you're definitely being called to go within, which if you're already pretty introverted, then that's, you already probably spend quite a bit of time by yourself. But with this 3 of Cups here, it's interesting because with this 3 of Cups in reverse, that can talk about a little bit of like a codependent energy, like you're depending too much on someone or a group of people. And so if you relate to that, then I think this is calling you to step away from whoever you may be feeling dependent on, and really look inward and see why that is, why you may feel dependent on that person, or why that person or that group has so much control or power over your emotions or your life. And it's just like being in reverse like that is just not a great time, because 3 of Cups upright, that's a really happy energy, a really fun, happy, harmonious group energy. And so you may have been working on something with someone. It could have been a relationship. It could have been a career endeavor. It could have been just a creative project. But if you were working on something with someone and you thought it was really going somewhere and going to be something, and then it wasn't, that would make sense, where you feel a little bit like the ball was dropped, and these people let you down, or this person let you down, or something like that. So let me get some clarification here with the Magician reversed. How can group 4 take better care of themselves? How can group 4 take care of themselves here? How can group 4 take care of themselves? Okay. Well, we got 2. We got the Page of Pentacles, and we got the Untold Story. Okay. So I think this is telling you to focus on where you want to go next, to not dwell over this missed opportunity or whatever it is that you feel that you've lost, to just start slowly rewriting your future, okay? This is the Untold Story. It's really remembering that you have the power here, okay? You have the say in where you go and what you do with your life, and you don't have to be in a rush or do anything really fast. The Page of Pentacles, this will be the slowest of the pages, and pages are about communication and messages. So I think this is just figuring out, communicating to yourself, like where you want to go, because until you're clear on it, the universe won't be clear on it. And so you're being a little bit blocked in your manifestations right now because of that. So it's, steering your focus away from the past and being more present, and then focusing on your future, and just rewriting your story and thinking, well, why didn't that work? Why didn't that work out? How can I make it work out, in my future? What did I learn from that? And let's apply it to the future. Let's take any positives that we can from this and then just create something new out of it, because life is always gonna have endings. That is literally the cycle of life, beginnings and endings. So it's just taking a more optimistic look at it and looking at it in more of a, it's not just an ending, it's a new beginning. It's not just a door being closed. It's, steering me in the right direction now, because if I can't go through that door, then I'll have to go down the hallway and go through the other door that's actually meant for me. It's definitely just getting into that kind of mindset. So why is the Ace of Cups here for group 4? Why is the Ace of Cups here for group 4? Because this would be, you know, a new beginning in love. So we've got 6 of Cups in reverse. Okay. With Ace of Swords on the back of the deck. I think this is just calling you to get really clear on, again, why this thing didn't work out and how you can make things work out better for you in the future. Not that everything's in your control. I don't mean it like that, but I mean kind of like acknowledging your part in the situation. Like, and I don't know how you're like feeling about it. I don't really have any way to know that here. But say you're feeling a little blameful, a little resentful, and you're like a little bit mad at, again, the other person or the situation or the group or whoever you feel let you down. And you're just feeling a little bit blameful in that way, it would be like taking a step back and looking at how you participated in that, you know, because you chose to be there and you chose to put your trust or invest your time into this project or into this person or situation, and no one else made you choose that. That was your decision. So I think this is just, yeah, taking a look at that and revisiting in that sense, again, from a different perspective, you know, and then taking what you learn from that and applying that to your future. I hope this is making sense. So not repeating the same mistakes, okay? Like you may need to look at how you got there. Why did you end up in that situation? You know, really digging deep and finding out why you were there in the first place so that now in the future you can avoid that. So what can I get with the 7 of Pentacles for group 4? How can group 4 take care of themselves with the 7 of Pentacles? What is this here? The 7 of Pentacles. Okay. We've got Justice. Okay, so yeah, I think that it's making me think karma, okay? It's making me think like, as you're going about life, as you're making decisions, as you're taking actions and interacting with other people, keep your karma in mind, okay? Because whatever situation you were just in, and I'm not saying if it was like something super painful that you like deserved it, that is not what I'm saying. I just mean with every single action, everything that we say and we do, every decision we make in life, that is creating our karma. So looking at your past again and figuring out, well, how did I get there? What was my doing? You know, what part did I play in this situation? And were there things that I did that maybe weren't so great? Were there, you know, ways that I treated someone or went about the situation that maybe weren't the best, weren't the most productive or most healthy? Because I don't want to do those again. And then as you're working towards your future, doing things differently and just, again, keeping in mind your karma and just making decisions that are going to reap rewards later on down the road. You know what I'm saying? Just really keeping that idea of justice at mind. Like if you have this urge to do something petty or to stalk your ex or to get the last word in with someone. If someone says something to you online, for instance, like, okay, I've got like 5 videos right now, okay? I just started this channel. I have clearly expressed that I am a new tarot reader, well, newer at reading for other people, and then I'm doing this for practice, and someone literally just commented on the video and just said, dumb. That's all I said, dumb. It's like, that was really mean, and obviously that hurt my feelings when I saw it, but I thought, because you know, I wanted to say something. I did. I wanted to say something. There were so many things I could have said. I could have said so many smart ass things. I could have like posted a link that like went to a video that said how not to be an asshole, or like I could have done a lot of things, but I didn't. I didn't say anything because they aren't worth fucking up my karma. Whoever that person was that commented dumb on my video, I'm not letting them get the best of me. They're getting bad karma for the shit they're doing. If I had to guess, if I had to take a wild guess, the kind of person that person is, the way that they talk to people and treat people, it's probably not the best because I'm a stranger on the internet with, I'd say, pretty good vibes. It's not like I'm out here being mean and bullying people. I'm literally just trying to help people, and I don't know, and learn and grow and like connect with people that are like me. I'm just out here with good energy and positive vibes, and they came in to say that I'm dumb or my video was dumb or whatever. They just, I don't know. So that's just an example of in that moment, I wanted to create good karma for myself, so I walked away from a situation where I could have been petty and I could have stooped to that level. And that person created bad karma for themselves. Not that it was anything huge, I'm not saying that. It's just an example, like I said. Okay, and then on the back of the deck here, I shuffled these around, I think, on accident. I'm not sure, but we do have King of Swords reversed now to go under the Three of Cups. So yeah, again, I'm thinking that's taking a deeper look at what went down here. If you had a disagreement with someone in this missed opportunity, if this was a breakup, if this was you got fired from your job and you know are pissed at your boss or whoever did the firing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of different examples, but whatever it is, whatever this dream was that you feel you lost, if you are kind of blaming that on the other party, just looking at it from a different perspective and thinking, how did I contribute to this? You know, not to like blame yourself or beat yourself up, because definitely don't do that. It's looking at how you contributed and accepting that and saying, okay, that maybe wasn't the best decision that I made, but it's okay. I'm a person. I'm a human. I'm not going to condemn myself for doing that, but I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to humble myself. I'm going to give myself compassion and understanding and grace, but I'm going to learn from this. I'm not going to avoid it and ignore it and pretend that I didn't do anything wrong, because that's my ego, okay? That's what our ego does. So let me try to get some more like tangible, actual actions that you can do to take care of yourself. Let's see what comes out. Can we get some self-care rituals for group 4? Some actual self-care rituals for group 4. What can they literally do, an action or a ritual, to take better care of themselves? Okay, we got the Chariot in reverse. That's giving me rest, straight up rest, because if that was upright, that is forward movement, marching ahead, and it's giving me rest. So maybe you need to take it easy. Maybe you need to sleep, literally, you know, like it could be a lot of things. Maybe you just straight up need to sleep the next time you get some free time. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you are always marching ahead, moving ahead, and you need a break and your body's tired. Maybe you need to pop a melatonin and hit the sheets, you know what I'm saying? Okay, something tangible for group 4 here. Okay, King of Wands, some mad fire energy. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting this right now, but like body positivity stuff, you know, just self-care in the sense that you are just really making sure that your body image is healthy, that the way you see yourself, that you really embrace your body type and love it for what it is. Oh yeah, that's something I left out in this personality card too. This talks about someone who's super healthy, like into holistic medicine and healthy foods. That's so funny. I had forgotten all about that, and that reminded me of that. So maybe something to do with that. If you've kind of fallen off in that way, if you're usually kind of healthy, but you have fallen off a little bit and not been making the healthiest decisions, you're going to feel the difference if you start it up again. If you start drinking your water and eating your greens, you know, taking your vitamins, you're going to be feeling like a brand new you in no time. So maybe that's why that came out, because that's weird. That made me remember that. That was really strange. But yeah, definitely just embracing your physical body and just taking really good care of it and just really appreciating it. If you have like a body positivity playlist, jam into that, or make one if you don't. Have some affirmations about body positivity, some songs that make you feel really sexy. Just really get into that. That's just what I thought instantly, and I was like, this makes no sense. Why is this coming out? But my brain was like, sex. Like as soon as I saw King of Wands, I was like, sexiness. I don't know. I don't know why. So, yeah, I'm just feeling like that for some reason that's coming out. That would be a good self care ritual for you to just really embody and embrace your sexuality and your sexiness. So, if you're feeling insecure at all right now, because I had talked about you might deal with being with some like really critical thoughts about yourself, being way just overly critical of yourself. Um, don't do that. Don't do that. You are perfect the way you are. Like, no matter what it is, no matter what you look like, just embracing it and knowing that you're hot. You know, I don't know. That's what I'm picking up there with that. Okay. What else can we get? An action for Pile 4 Group 4. Self-care action for Group 4s. Okay, we got one here and a bunch over here. Oh, I hate when they get all knocked all over the place. I hate that. Okay, we see decentral over here. Okay, we got Queen of Pentacles next to that. That's really confirming that health. Again, really focusing on your health. So maybe you've not been having the healthiest stuff going into your body lately. So just making sure that you are eating really healthy. Maybe cooking could be fun for you. Make it fun, you know. Try something new. Experiment with some healthy recipes that also are super tasty. Like, look, I'm a Pinterest junkie. I use Pinterest for everything, and I have boards where I pin recipes. So get on Pinterest and get some inspiration for like just some healthy foods, you know? I don't know. That's what I'm getting. Make it fun. But I'm getting a lot of your physical body here with these things. Interesting. Yeah. Embracing your hotness, making yourself feel super confident. Build yourself up. Hype your own self up. You know what I'm talking about? Gas yourself up, boo, for sure. And you're going to have a reason to, because you're going to be over here eating your delicious healthy vegetables, drinking your H2O, okay? Get into working out if you aren't already, which who am I to say that? Because I need to do that. I feel bad for even saying it. But yeah, that's something that could be, because this is action and physical body. So yeah, fitness would be a pretty obvious one here to be seen with that in self-care practice. That's definitely a thing I'm seeing. And then on the back of the duck, we've got 2 of Cups in reverse on the back of the deck. So, okay, I don't know if you're single at the moment. If you are, I'm seeing that this is saying don't really focus on love relationships at the moment, because 2 is all about unity and it's in reverse. I'm just feeling like you're being called to really focus on a glow up with the things I just said. I don't know. Okay, well, this may not be for everyone, but if you have been drinking a lot lately, if you've been consuming a lot of alcohol, maybe this is saying to pull back on that a little bit, or at least just have more discipline with it. Okay, but yeah, if you're super healthy throughout the week, then kind of like rewarding yourself with a drink on the weekend, and if you work on the weekend, I guess it would be flip-flopped and the other way around, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, just making sure that you're not going crazy, because if this is coming up to where it's talking about putting healthy things in your body, yeah, there may be something that you're putting into it that's not so healthy. So just being careful with that. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's not enough. Can we get one more self-care practice for Pile 4? Can we get one more self-care action? Okay. So we've got 6 of Wands in reverse and Page of Swords. Definitely needing to work on self-esteem here, and I guess that's why that body positivity stuff came up, because that's making even more sense now with the 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I think this is talking about how you speak to yourself, especially with the body positivity stuff coming up. I think that you need to be really careful with the way you talk to yourself, okay? Yeah, if you resonated with those self-critical thoughts and stuff like that, yeah, this is all making more sense now. Maybe really getting into affirmations, starting your day with affirmations, writing your own affirmations. Like, okay, man, I used to do this and I haven't done it in so long and it was so helpful. I need to do it again. I had a big piece of paper with just all these words about everything I am is all positive. It's like, I am a goddess, I am divine light, I am peace, I am love, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am hot. You know what I mean? A whole list. And every day, every single day, I read that. I was making myself read that every day. And man, it really helped. Like, wow, I need to do that. I have forgotten all about that. That just brought that up. I forgot about that. That's been a few years ago when I did that. It was like really helpful. So yeah, maybe writing your own affirmations and speaking them every day, even if you don't want to do it on a piece of paper, doing it on your phone, recording a voice memo of your own affirmations and just playing it every day, listening to your own voice, tell yourself how awesome you are. But definitely affirmations is going to be big for you. All right. And let's close it out with these like I was doing with the others. Okay. What can we get for group 4? Affirmations for group 4. Definitely make you that body positivity playlist. Those are super fun. I love listening to mine. Okay. Reveal what needs to be seen. And I think that's, again, taking a look at why whatever this was fell through, why it fell through. Taking a look at your own part in that. Keep your heart open. Yeah. Just because, something fell through in the past doesn't mean that every single situation after that's going to be the same. And you probably know that consciously, but subconsciously you're going to have to retrain your mind, to be able to believe in the best again. See the bigger picture, for sure. See the bigger picture. So whatever it is that you're needing to revisit and make sense of this missed opportunity, see the bigger picture of it. Look at it from your higher self. Look at it from a place of love for yourself and for everyone involved. I mean, that's easier said than done depending on your situation, but you know what I mean. Like, if you can. I mean, obviously, there are some people that they don't deserve. They don't deserve that, but we're talking about extreme situations there. Okay, what can we get for pile 4? What can we get for group 4? That's too many. Self-care for group 4. Can we get some self-care for group 4? How can group 4 take care of themselves? How can group 4 take care of themselves? Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. Yeah, share your voice in a positive way. Like, talk about yourself positively. Well, okay, so what do we get? We've got warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? We've got dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Yeah, that, like, maybe getting active, doing something active. It could, literally be dancing. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay. Doing something to ground your energy. And then boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And that may literally just be with yourself. We have to have boundaries with ourselves too. Self-discipline, baby. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that there. I'm sorry this was so long. I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you'll come back and try another video. Thank you for watching. Bye, Pile 4.